We are living in a once in a lifetime market. This opportunity that's presented itself doesn't come around that often. We're getting major moves, but with these moves comes a lot of risk. Therefore, you could lose a lot of money as well. If you made money, put down in the comments what you made, or if you lost, put down in the comments what did you do. What was your trading plan during the day during all this volatility, guys? But before we get into this video, we are live right here on YouTube Monday through Friday, the New York Open, day trading the Nasdaq. You see my green days, my red days, my full tilt moments, everything that involves me as a trader. You see live right here on YouTube. Also, smash that like button with some serious authority. It's a free way to support the channel. Just tells YouTube, hey, you like this content. It helps me get to more and more viewers. Lastly, if you want to skip the eval stage, go straight to a funded account. TradeFi is running 30% off. They're straight to funded accounts, or 40% off if you're a new customer. And as well as Take Profit, they are running 30% off with zero activation fee. No activation fee, 30% off. Use code JN to lock in deals on both those prop firms. And with that said, let's get in the video. All right, so jumping into the charts here, we had some serious momentum. There was a lot that was happening today, a lot of moves, a lot of volatility. There was a lot of opportunity as well. But the one thing I want to point out here is you see this massive rip. This is a move that you don't ever see ever, right? I don't know if we'll ever see this again in our lifetime. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I feel like something drastic has to happen to see this sort of move, but we never see a 1,600 point bounce on the Nasdaq intraday within 35 minutes, right? We never see that. It never happens. If I grab my measuring tool, look at this low, right? If we go from the low all the way up to the high up here, 1,684 points. That is a 10% move on the Nasdaq. That is insane. We never, that's intraday too, by the way, right? And these are 5-minute candles. So it says 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, about 40-ish minutes. So 35 to 40 minutes, right? We saw a massive move. Now, the majority of this move came from this one 5-minute candle, which if I take my measuring tool and just look at this 5-minute candle alone and go up to the very top here, that is a 1,120 point move in 10 minutes. 10 minutes, guys. The Nasdaq moved 1,120 points in 10 minutes. Imagine if you were trading the 15-minute orb here, right? A lot of you guys trade the 15-minute open range breakouts. Imagine if you were trading that and you hopped in this, you could have trailed your stop and never got stopped out because the move just kept moving. It never pulled back. We didn't get any pullbacks on this. It just ripped 1,120 points in 10 minutes. Or if you look at the whole picture of 40 minutes, 1,600 points. We may not ever see that again. We may not ever see this in our lifetime. So the volatility that we're getting on days like today is insane. Now, what drove this? We go over to Financial Juice. This was earlier this morning around 9:10 a.m. Central Time, and it was White House senior advisor has it Trump is mulling a 90-day pause on tariffs aside from China. This headline broke. However, this wasn't true. This was all fake news. If we scroll up here and look at Financial Juice, White House tells CNBC 90-day pause on tariffs is fake news. And Trump's rapid response X handle, White House senior advisor has it did not say that. So if we go back to the chart here, we had fake news break saying that Trump was thinking about a 90-day pause on tariffs, causing a massive rip, right? It massively ripped up. However, then they got with CNBC and confirmed that this was actually fake news. And what happened? This was an overreaction based off news, and then it sold us straight back off, and we erased this 1,200 point move in 10 minutes, right? This 1,200 point move we had in 10 minutes, we erased it, almost erased all of it in 5. Let's look at this candle here, this one 5-minute candle. Let's grab the measuring tool. So this one 5-minute candle to the low of it, let's see, is 547 points. So we erased basically half of this move in one 5-minute candle, right? Once Trump came out and said that that was fake news. This goes to show that we are in a market where it's entirely news driven. Technicals have gone out the window, right? Technicals have basically gone out the window. We are in a market where it is entirely news driven because there is so much happening economically with tariffs, economics, Trump can send the market however he wants to send it. But when you're in a market that's entirely driven by news, technicals go out the window and the volatility goes up. And what can you do? You have to size down. Today, I took a trade on one single micro, one single micro and I made 600 bucks. There's some other people that took a trade on one single micro and made thousands, right? Probably catching this move up right here. That goes to show that over leveraging in this account or this market is not a great idea, because chances are if you get caught on the wrong side of it, you're going to blow up like that. Because again, these candles are all 100 point, 200 point candles. Let's just look at a couple of these other candles here. Like this candle right here, right? If we look at it, go from bottom to top, that is a 367 point candle. This one candle on the 5-minute time frame is 367 points. If we go look at another one here, let's look at this one here that looks relatively small, right? This one candle that looks small is 209 points on the NASDAQ, right? It's absolutely absurd. This is insane. Like, we're not ever going to see this type of volatility again. You can trade one micro and make a ton of money in this kind of market. So that just goes to show, like, you don't have to trade minis. In fact, I don't recommend trading minis in this, because especially if you're trading a prop firm. Now, if you're trading a personal account that has a ton of money in it, you're sitting pretty in a personal account, then maybe, yeah. But for prop firms, don't trade minis, trade micros. There is no need for you to blow up your account, or just don't even trade it at all. I know plenty of people that sat out of the market today and didn't want to trade this because it didn't make any sense to, right? Even Asia's market, right? Asia market is moving just like the New York is, right? It's absolutely insane. And then today, looking at the overall volatility on today as well, we went from -6% in the red to green on the day. I think we bounced back and forth between green and red, but we did end up going green on the day at one point from being 6% down. That just goes to show how much volatility there truly is in the markets, and we have to be very, very careful. Do I think there's more downside? I think so. I'm not fully convinced on a move back up. However, who knows? There's tariffs. Like I said, this is a news-driven market. We can't pay attention too much to technicals. We have to take technicals with a grain of salt because of how much the market is moving purely off news. So if you do trade this market and you are continuing to trade the rest of the way, just be aware that there's going to be some volatility. These candles are going to be huge. What used to be 20.5-minute candles is now 200 to 300.5-minute candles, right? So you have to be very, very careful. So the best thing that you guys can do is trade safe. Be sure to smash that like button down there. Again, it helps me out. It's a free ways for the channel, fam. With that said, I will see you guys in the next video. Cheers.